Hey, what's cracking, everybody? It's your boy D-Man for Life, or as I'm known on the Xbox Live, D-Mizzle for Rizzle, coming back at you with part 2 of the Fire Pro Wrestling roster video. So, as we left off on He Who Shall Not Be Named in EFNet of Wrestling, Chris Benoit. We left off at Cripple. I explained that in the previous video, so let's go on. Next, we got Chris Benoit. We got the Four Horsemen version, 1996. He was doing major work in the Horsemen, bringing some wrestling credibility to him once Arn Anderson started getting phased out. And we skipped ahead to Chris Benoit in year 2000, because this is after he left WCW over some bullshit. He won the title at the pay-per-view, then on the next night dropped title as for his release along with Perry Saturn, Eddie Guerrero, and Dean Malenko, and they became the Radicals in WWF, and they debuted like almost a week later, I think it was. I'm not sure on that. Look it up. But yeah, this is him in 2000. Wasn't rocking mullet no more, but now we skip ahead to the Rabbit Wolverine, Chris Benoit. This is after he broke away from the Radicals. He was like putting on 5-star matches left and right with Kurt Angle and Chris Jericho. He was the Intercontinental Champion. He was doing work. Then this is like the culmination of his efforts at WrestleMania 2004. He won the title in an awesome triple threat match with Triple H and HBK. Won the classics, modern day classics. If you can find an unedited version of it where WWF hasn't like erased them from history, I suggest you give it a watch because it's real good. Check it out. And we got the final version of Chris Benoit. He was sent to the WWF incarnation of ECW to help mentor the up and coming wrestlers such as at the time John Morrison, MVP. And unfortunately, y'all know the story of Chris Benoit. I'm not gonna dwell on it. But needless to say, should have got the medical attention that he needed. People backstage wasn't looking out for him, so that's my opinion in a nutshell. Let's move on. Next, we got Lance Storm. A lot of people don't know Lance Storm as well as they should, and he was a big thing in ECW with the Impact players, were just incredible. And when he came to WCW, a lot of people remember him for his boring gimmick in WWF, but in WCW he was like head of a major faction called Team Canada, and he held the U.S. title and the Cruiserweight title at the same time. He's a pretty major wrestler. And this is his ECW One Night Stand version. He came out of retirement to wrestle one last match with his best friend, Chris Jericho. It was a pretty good match, opening match on that card. Give it a look. And this is Brock Lesnar. I know a lot of people don't like Brock Lesnar for how he left the WWE, but he was a major player. And he did do some things in the WWE that a lot of people still haven't been able to duplicate to this day. And we got the New Japan Pro Wrestling version of Brock Lesnar, red tights. Changed his name to changed his finisher name to the Verdict, sort of as a shot to the WWE as like, the verdict of our little beef in the case that they were having, and kind of it's going to take up a lot of time to get into that, so I'm not going to do that. And here we got John Cena, not a big John Cena fan. Was when he was first coming up with the Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick, because he was a kind of original guy, but then they started forcing him down people's throats. And we all know where that ended up in. If you watched the pay-per-view last night, spoiler alert, he won, but when does that not happen? Moving on, we got Sheamus. He's a big dude. Could do some major things in WWF, provided he keeps on the right track and remains friends with Triple H, because that's the rumor. He's one of Triple H's weightlifting buddies, and that's how he became the champion. And speaking of Triple H, we got Triple H. I'm gonna make more versions of this guy, like the DX version and the Blue Bloods. Hunter Hearst Helmsley version. I'm gonna do that pretty soon. Got the Miz. I'm not a huge Miz fan, but I do respect how he essentially came up from the bottom, literally the bottom of the Federation as the host of SmackDown to champion. Lost to Alex Riley last night, but it was a pretty good match. And here's Randy Orton, one of the most boring wrestlers in wrestling history. Has an eyebrow like a fucking Cro-Magnon man, but people love Randy Orton for whatever reason. Has his Wolverine look going on these days, so can't be mad at that. Then we have Bryan Bryan Danielson, as he's known in the WWE, Daniel Bryan. He's in the middle of a D push at the moment, but teaming with Sin Cara, he's getting some quality wins over Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, looking good. He's always able to put on a good match in the ring, makes other people look good. And got a Batista here. I haven't moved him to the retired section yet, but he's still here. And we got HBK. I'm gonna make more versions of him. He's a very awesome wrestler. And I got a version of Kofi Kingston here. He's a pretty exciting wrestler, nice high flyer, got some exciting moves. And he showed some promise on the stick with his feud with Randy Orton, so they gave him the ball and allowed him to run with it more, I think he could do some good things. Got the Big Show, Dynamite Punch. He's in a feud with Alberto Del Rio at the moment. Mark Henry, the Silverback. A lot of wasted potential there. They don't know what to do with this guy. They want him to be a dominant big man one moment, then they want him to be comic relief the next. So it's kind of in flux all the time. Got Evan Bourne, good high flyer. Just beat who did he beat last night? He beat Jack Swagger last night. That's right. JBL. I was more of a JBL fan when he was with the APA than his millionaire gimmick, but he's always been a solid wrestler, lots of charisma. Edge recently retired. I'm gonna make more versions of him dating back to his Edge and Christian days and the Brood days. I did like Edge. He's pretty good. Didn't agree with how he got his main event push, but still very solid wrestler. Shame to see he's gone. Hope he finds success in whatever he does in the next stage of his life. Got CM Punk. Notice he's got the short hair in his version, got the chest tattoos. Pretty hard to do. It's the leader of the new Nexus version. I'm going to make more versions of him because I do love CM Punk. I feel he's underutilized in the WWE. He could be one of the best heels ever, but they have no idea how to use this guy correctly. And this is the indie version of CM Punk when he was messing around with the Pepsi Plunge. Was rocking basketball shorts to the ring, blonde hair. Still a pretty good wrestler. Had some amazing matches in Ring of Honor. And we have the Lionheart version of Chris Jericho back when he was in ECW. He won his first singles title in North America in ECW. He's using the lion tamer back then, long hair. And this is the Y2, like the short hair version of his Save Us gimmick when he came back first time in WWE. And this is the short tights version of that, and another short tights version. I did like the Save Me gimmick when he went heel. It was real funny. And everybody's favorite American-based luchador. Well, not everybody's favorite. One of my favorites is Rey Mysterio. He's pretty exciting, even though his skills aren't what they used to be. He can still get it done. Had an excellent match with CM Punk last night. And this is the outfit he wore at this past WrestleMania. I thought that was pretty slick. Captain America, WrestleMania. You can tell Ray's in the comic books because a couple of pay-per-views ago he came out as the Flash and Silver Surfer. I think he's going to do Green Lantern next. It's going to be interesting to see. Then we got The Undertaker, always a classic. He needs to step aside, though. Hope he does that because let some of the new people get in. This is what the current version of him. And I've got the Big Evil when he was the biker version. I like that as well. When he was just like pissy sour at everybody. And this is the American Badass version of The Undertaker. When he came back, wasn't the dead man, came back to riding out the Kid Rock. And John Morrison, a lot of people like him, a lot of people don't. He needs to step up his game a little bit, but I do like the King of Parkour gimmick that he's rocking right now. And we got Kane, he's always solid wrestler. Uh, what can you say about Kane that hasn't been said, so I'm not going to say it. And Big Daddy V, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking with this one, but whatever. Got Jack Swagger. They need to utilize this guy a lot more than they do because it's a lot of talent there. Get this man a manager, a mouthpiece, and it'll be good to go. Got Christian. In my opinion, the man should be champion. He's paid his dues, but I guess he's being punished for going to TNA. And he's involved in a feud with Randy Orton right now, but I think the man should be champion and be given a chance to run with the ball. And we got Sin Cara, formerly Mystico of Mexican wrestling. Trying to work on the mask there. It's not quite ready, but he's up in there. So this is my WWE roster at the moment, and I'll move on to TNA.